Happy Thursday, or as I like to call it, Friday Eve. And this week we are also calling it Day 4 from the Lexington Selected Yearling Sale. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update, and we are back again at Fasig-Tipton. Now, before we see which future stars were shining bright in the sales ring, let's check in with one of our consigners. Shaun, we're heading into Day 4, so how has the sale been treating Diamond Creek so far?
You know, we maybe haven't written any headlines or had the best sale for, what we maybe were expecting, but we're strong today. We're strong on Day 5. The stallions are doing well. The sun's still shining. So feeling good, and can't just appreciate what the team has done and all the work we've put in. We will try to bring as good a consignment as we can to you in Harrisburg and then again next year, and we'll just keep rolling.
Okay, so everybody watching this, or it's the end of Day 4, okay, so we want to give a little sneak peek of a horse that you might love on Day 5 for everybody to check out, because it's like the regional sale, right?
Yeah. Day 5, it kind of anchors the whole week. It's a term I've heard Steve Stewart use at a time. When we get to Day 4, we're all getting a little tired. And, there's a lot of horses being sold more quickly and for not as big a numbers. But then here, Day 5 comes, and we get a whole new crowd, an injection from the Midwest, and they come in, and they're maybe less the martini drinking crowd on Day 1 and Day 2, and more the beer drinking crowd. And so they come in, and they just inject the energy. And I think for all of us that are at the sale, it gives us that motivation to kind of carry on. And they spend money, and it ends up being a great night. And so for us, the special individual here is Hip 907. He's a first foal out of a mare that we race, and always be Mickey mare named Blend. It's the family of Eloquent Grace and Ginger and Fred, and so you also get Caviar Bell is a current horse out of that family. And this colt is as beautiful of a down by the seaside colt, or really pacing colt, as we've ever bred. And so I wouldn't change a single thing about him. You've got to come see him here in Barn 7. He is a sight to behold.
Now, you're talking about martinis, beer, but let's talk a little bit about margaritas and tacos, because as people watch this, you got to know that there is a beach party that happens each year to kick off Day 5, and it's pretty much come one, come all, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Come with your sandals, come however you are. You don't have to have shoes on, no shirt, no problem. This might be like the 5th or 6th year, so the following's big. We had over 200 people last year. We ran out of, everything, which I don't think we will this year. We're very prepared. And exclusive for you is I've just signed on a regional talent. Johnny Smith is going to be our live music tomorrow, and he's a very sought after musician in Ohio. He's a friend of Joe McLeod at Sugar Valley Farm, and so he's going to be singing and playing all night while we have this beach party. Like I said, we're going to take care of you. We're going to feed you tacos. We're going to show you nice Ohio breds, and we're going to, if you're interested and you're of age, we're going to allow you to taste our fine tequila, margaritas, and beer. So come on, come on.
I love when I get an exclusive. I want to tell you, I live for exclusives. The other thing that you guys do, there's just so much about Diamond Creek that I love, and what you guys do for the horsemen and women and the fans, because you've also got champions and champagne. Again, it's sort of an open house kind of deal for anybody to come look at these incredible stallions. Tell us about that.
Yeah, love to talk about that, because one of our big things is we really encourage breeders to see the horse that they're breeding to. And we think that not only does it help those stallions, but it allows the breeder to do a better job on there in matching the individuals with their mares. So we think it's just good for everything we're doing, good for the breed. So we make it fun, and we've had like tremendous European involvement in that, but I think Caroline's probably had hundreds of people through the farm this week. Every morning, 10 to 12, she's showing Father Patrick, she's showing Chimpanzee, she's showing Marseille, and then we've got the new one this year that we're showing, and that's Allywag in retirement. So he gets retired on Saturday, I think after the 5th race at the Red Mile, and so he's in town to be seen by his fans. He's just, I think at one time that horse had like 7 active current track records. He's really a living legend, and I don't know if he'll go to the Horse Park Hall of Champions for a little while, or if he definitely has a forever home at Diamond Creek, but we'll see, how we can allow fans to get near him other than just this event. So.
Okay. So we know what's happening with Diamond Creek. In the morning, we've got Champions and Champagne.
baby.
Yeah, all day, baby. And then in the evening before the sale, we've got a beach party.
It's like Disneyland around here. Yeah.
Happiest place on earth, right? Okay, but one thing that everyone can check out 24/7 via the internet is Creekside Chat, the critically acclaimed podcast. I love it so much. I'm telling you, and like the last episode you had, an incredible yearling prep interview. I mean, it's fantastic. I know that you've gotten a lot of great feedback on that podcast.
Absolutely. Like every time I'm in a sale or something, people tell me like I'm really enjoying it, and that just makes us want to do it and try to make it even better. And this particular broadcast that we're on now is a huge influence for Creekside Chat, you know, what you all have been doing over the last several years. So it's very similar to this. So if you like this, you're likely to like that. So, you know, get on our YouTube page, the Diamond Creek Farm YouTube page, and start watching the Creekside Chat episodes, because we try to give people like a inside peek into our world without necessarily just talking about Diamond Creek and without really any filter. So.
All right, all right. Well, I hope you have a great day 4, and I will see you on day 5. Thank you, Shaun.
Thanks, Heather. Have a good day.
The post time for the sale began at 1 p.m. with hip number 591 going into the arena and over 200 yearlings to sell on this day. While last year's day 4 session saw the highest priced yearling sell for $85,000, in 2024, we reached 6 digits. The Goose Princess, with hip number 759, lit up the board with a $120,000 winning bid. Bought by Determination, the Muscle Mass filly was consigned by Preferred Equine. Plus, there were 2 youngsters sold for $90,000 each and right in a row. Overbet, with hip number 632, is a Better's Delight colt consigned by Spring Haven Farm, and the pacer was signed for by Anthony Beaton. And then hip number 633, a Muscle Hill filly named New Orleans, also went for $90,000. She was purchased by Tommy Bo Anderson and consigned by Hunterton Sales. Then coming up with an $80,000 price was hip number 683, Zephyr Kemp. The trotting colt is part of the first crop of European Stallion Calgary Games. He was consigned by Hunterton and signed for by Peter Weisberg. One of the many horsemen who was very busy was Blake MacIntosh. The trainer has bought a yearling from every single session so far this week, but he was nice enough to take a little breather so we could catch up with him. All right, Blake, what number are you up to now? Because we're kind of part way through day 4.
I think we're around 15 or 16. I'm not really completely sure. I'll have to count them at the end of the day.
And how many more do you think you're going to take home between the rest of the day and day 5?
Probably we're trying for 3 or 4 more, and we're going to leave after tonight.
Okay. And, I just want to say that on Monday, I asked Blake, are you going to buy anything tonight? And he's like, no. Right now, I should have my Boys Lie t-shirt on because he took home 2 on Monday. 2. What happened?
We weren't really expecting it, and they just fell in our price range, and 2 horses that we liked, and we thought we got good deals on them.
Now, out of all the horses that you bought, can you pick one that you really, really love?
They're sort of all blending in right now, but I would say 220. I really, really like that colt. He's a Chapter 7 colt, and I think we only paid $30,000 for him. And he's got some weird eyes on him, but it's really different. He's got like a blue eye on him, and he's just a cool horse, and we really like him.
Have you ever sat down in the arena and a horse pops up in the ring and you're like, wait a minute, this horse passed by me. How did I miss this? And start bidding on him?
Usually we try not to buy ones that we haven't looked at. I did it today by mistake. I bought one, big screw up, so we're going to run it back through. But I was on the wrong page in my book, and I thought it was the next horse. Yeah, no, we try not to do that, but I'm sure I've done it once or twice before.
It's so funny you say that because I noticed that you bought 2 in a row, and I was like, Blake is on fire today. So that's what happened. Okay, gotcha.
No, actually, it was before that when I bought 640. I thought it was on, and I had my page turned to 647, and I sort of freaked out. Oh, I missed this horse, and I bought the wrong horse. But it happens.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Now, we're humans. We all develop at a different rate, obviously, when we're going through that weird stage in life. And horses are not machines, and they develop at different rates. So, do you ever look at a horse, because they're young still, they're really babies or yearlings, and say, I see this potential, like maybe not as a 2-year-old, but maybe older? Or do you have to have that 2-year-old winner?
We're really looking for the 2-year-old. I'm not good at the big horse because they're usually not as good at 2. We're really looking for 2-year-old speed in them, and if they're not there, then they leave the barn.
Okay. Wow, I didn't know that. This discovery session with Blake MacIntosh today. Now, what is your bidding process? Do you strike early, come in late?
Depends on the horse. Usually we get in early because we're just trying to buy cheaper horses. Like, we don't buy the expensive ones, and so we just try and buy the value horses and go from there.
What is the best horse that you've ever had for the least expensive amount of money?
I'm going to say it was Kim's Royal Day at 1,500. She made 380,000, I think. Oh, or Bullet Point. She was 1,500. She made 700,000.
Wow. See, you can find a diamond in a rough. They are absolutely out there.
Well, yeah. Like this year in the Million, we paid 17,000 for Go Ahead Make My Day, and we paid 28,000 for Mona Lisa, and she's made $500,000. So, you can find them. You just got to search hard and work hard and, be lucky.
That's right. Do your homework, people. Do your homework. Thank you, Blake, so much.
No problem, Heather. Thanks.
And if you've been watching our harness racing updates each day, you may remember that we featured the consignment of Weaver Standardbreds and spotlighted hip number 646. Well, the chimpanzee colt sold for $55,000, and Irv Miller was the highest bidder. Best of luck to Irv and Gorilla Sighting. The obvious question for me is, how you holding up?
Yeah, strong. Like the market today. The market was very strong today, actually. So year over year, average was up significantly, gross was up. So, maybe Wednesday was hump day. I really don't know what happened there yesterday, but it was a good session yesterday. Don't get me wrong, but today was really strong. We had great weather. We got great rhythm. They had a good pace, and saw a lot of new faces come into town today, actually, which was very refreshing. And it's a different marketplace, a little bit of a different level, and we averaged, I think, 27, 28,000 today, which is good over 22, 23 last year. So it was a good day overall.
Yeah, I was really psyched because at some point it seemed like we plateaued as the highest as being $90,000. We had a couple of those go through the ring. And then here a $120,000 yearling pops up, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a muscle mass trotter, which is good, and but determination stepped up there, which is always great to see that. And here again, you get a little bit more of a regional sires, like he was a muscle mass, and kind of what we talked about. So maybe we just, Bruce and myself, maybe we had too much to drink the night before we decided the sessions for yesterday. But it worked out well today. It balanced out, and the sales it's on a great pace, and I'm looking forward to finishing up tomorrow night.
Yeah, what do we expect for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the thing's going to hold solid. Down by the seaside has a strong representation. Then we have Ready for Monies tomorrow. There's maybe 13 or 14 of those, I think there are. First crop of him, you got in ranges, and you have your regular trotting sires for Ohio. So we're anticipating a good session tomorrow night. We're looking forward to it, and close off the the sale season here in Lexington on a strong note for sure.
I'm so looking forward to it. Yeah, we're going on to Friday tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. Be here, and we've got a 7 p.m. post time for the sale.
Yeah, you get a little afternoon delight tomorrow watching the races. A lot of people do love to come to Lexington for the racing experience and the Lexington experience. So let them enjoy that. Come back tomorrow night. We'll have a good time.
Great. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, thank you guys.